Hey, Dr. Karen Can here, and today's Healthy Habit, Healthy Life video is all around the topic of topical magnesium. Now, I mentioned before in one of the other Healthy Habits, Healthy Life video about the importance of minerals. So I'm not going to repeat a lot of that there, but you can look it up in the playlist for the Healthy Habits, Healthy Life. I am going to just note that today we're going to focus mostly on topical magnesium. So, why is magnesium so important? Well, apparently it is vitally important for well over 300, probably more, enzymatic reactions in the body. In other words, for your body to work, it actually needs magnesium as a source, as a mineral source, to actually get done what it needs to get done. So, magnesium deficiency is unfortunately really common, although it may not be perfectly accurate. They say that over 70% of Americans are magnesium deficient, don't get the minimum requirement. Here's the thing, if you are stressed, if you are repairing, if you have chronic issues, you probably need more magnesium than maybe the average super healthy person. Or maybe you're an elite athlete, and that's what I found in the past when I work with some of the athletes at the Olympic the Olympic training center, that they had some of that as well. So, why topical magnesium? Well, the magnesium oxide that you see that's very inexpensive at the health food store or at the grocery store, more likely, is about 4% absorbed in the gut on average. And other types of oral magnesium, even the expensive stuff, the stuff that we call magnesium chelates, so in other words, they are attached to an amino acid, so they're more likely to be absorbed in the body, can also be absorbed less than 100%. So more around 20%, depending on the brand and the type and that kind of thing. So there are a lot of ways where even if you take oral magnesium, it may not be enough for your body. Now, how do you know? Well, there are a couple of signs of magnesium deficiency. So I'm going to show you something from Dr. Axe. He has some really, really great articles. So let's take a look at some of those articles. Okay, let me go here and share. Okay, so magnesium deficiency symptoms. So let's take a look. So this is from Dr. Axe. You can check that out. I have the link near the video of this video. And Dr. Norman Shealy, who is a beautiful, beautiful human being who actually did the foreword to my Guide to Healing Chronic Pain book. He's a neurosurgeon, also the originator of the American Holistic Medical Association. I think it's a different name now, but he's a pioneer in pain medicine. And he says every known illness is associated with a magnesium deficiency. It's a missing cure to many diseases. So, not only does magnesium help to regulate other minerals such as calcium, potassium, and sodium. So, think about where you see sometimes calcification in the body. It could be a magnesium deficiency issue or magnesium calcium balance issue. Um, it's really essential for cellular health, and like I said, is important for over 300 biochemical reactions in the body. And even glutathione, which is something that your body makes as a master antioxidant to help capture toxins. And there are a lot of toxins in the environment, right? That we inhale, we breathe in, we drink in, we are exposed to. That definitely needs enough magnesium for it to be made in your body. So, why do we have low magnesium? Well, we don't have enough magnesium in the soils, even if you're eating organic, and our lifestyles. And like I said, if you're an elite athlete, if you're recovering from something, if you're stressed or have been stressed for a long period of time, you will actually need more. So some of the symptoms may include leg cramps, insomnia. That's a big one that we see. Muscle pain and fibromyalgia tend to do better with, for example, magnesium malate. Now, that is not topical, but that is something that you can take by mouth. So, I'll give you a link in the description for some sources, internal sources, oral sources of magnesium as well. So, magnesium malate is something that I used to prescribe for my patients with fibromyalgia. Anxiety, another major symptom of magnesium deficiency, abnormal blood pressure, blood sugar abnormalities such as type 2 diabetes, higher risk if you're low magnesium, fatigue. Why? Because magnesium is necessary to make the molecule of energy. Yeah. Also, migraines. And so, a lot of people have noticed that improving their magnesium levels actually helps with migraine. And of course, if you have osteoporosis, and that's unfortunately a late sign. So, I do talk a lot more about magnesium in my book, Guide to Healing Chronic Pain. So there's a whole chapter in there. If you'd like kind of a summary of everything that we've talked about, you can get a copy of my book. And let's go ahead and let me show you a little bit what I have at home. So topical magnesium is magnesium chloride. It's something that your body can immediately use. And it comes in a number of ways. Magnesium oil is the one that I recommend, and you'll see that recommendation in the book as well. And so I like to get it from a company called Ancient Minerals. I put that link also in near this video. And Ancient Minerals comes in a couple types. This one that I have here is Ultra, so it has MSM in it. This is not probably a good idea to drink this, but you can put it in the bath. You can spray it on your body, etc. There's a plain one as well. Now, why do I recommend that brand? Well, it was the first brand that I came across that was the purest at that time. The magnesium they mined from the Zechstein, formerly the Zechstein seabed, and it was very, very pure. And so that's why I used them. And they used to have these little samples that I give to my patients, and we saw some really amazing results. That being said, there are many other companies now that also mine it from the same seabed. So I'll put that link here as well near this video. So in case you, for whatever reason, have other minerals or other supplements you need to get, you can get them all in one place. But I'll actually show you the Ancient Minerals site as well. So the interesting thing about putting it in a small spray bottle is that it is easy to go through the skin, especially your armpits. Yes. Now, if you are a woman and you are shaving your armpits, please do not do that right after shaving because that is going to sting. Now, the magnesium oil is actually magnesium chloride, which is easily usable in the body, right? No digestion needed. It penetrates through the skin, is immediately usable, as far as my understanding is. That is that feels like an oil. So it's kind of slippery, even though it's just magnesium chloride and water. There is no oil in it. It's just magnesium chloride and water, but it feels like an oil. It has an oily texture. Now, when you spray it in the underarm, it goes straight into the body very, very easily, as opposed to maybe some, harsher areas of the skin where the skin's thicker. But in general, it goes through the skin really, really well. A lot of men actually like doing that because they don't like that sticky, oily feeling on their bodies after they put it elsewhere. So if they're really reluctant to use magnesium oil and I really want them to use magnesium oil, I'll just have them spray, depending on the size of the bottle, between 1 and 3 sprays under each armpit, each day, just to get that magnesium in. Now, in my book, Guide to Healing Chronic Pain, I talk about 48 sprays a day. It kind of depends who you are, what's going on, what supplements you're already taking, etc. So if you're really good at muscle testing or using your pendulum, you could check in to see, in addition to whatever else I'm already doing in my diet, how many sprays would be for my highest and greatest good per day, right? So that could be anywhere from 10 sprays, 6 sprays to up to 48 sprays a day. Now, remember, some people need more because they are repairing or they're an elite athlete, for example. So you can put this on any part of the skin. I would avoid sensitive areas like the eyes, nipples, groin, etc. And if you find that it's very, very annoying and itchy, it could mean that you have actually pretty significant magnesium deficiency. We have found anecdotally that people that are more sensitive, even on thicker skin, like, the arms and legs, tend to have more magnesium deficiency. So for them, we say, hey, water it down a little bit. So you can spray it on your arms and just take a little bit of water, and go like this. Same thing with the legs. It's really great if you happen to have an area of pain or muscle tension because you can spray it right over the area of muscle tension, and if you are still annoyed by it, with it watered down, you can always wait 20 minutes and then shower it off. So whatever's going to absorb will probably absorb by that time, and then you'll shower off the excess. So that's one way of doing it. Some people that aren't that sensitive to it, or maybe they're not as magnesium deficient, can get out of the shower, for example, do their underarms and different places in the body, or the opposite. If you know you're going to take a shower, put the magnesium oil on, 20 minutes, 30, 40, 60 minutes ahead of time. It is going to feel a little sticky temporarily. That may be a problem more in the summer than the winter months, I noticed. If you put it on areas that tend to get dry anyway, like the lower legs during the winter, especially if you don't have really high quality water in your home, it may look powdery and it may look like your skin is getting drier. So you may want to, use it in different places, like maybe behind the knee or under the arm, like I said, or even, in the triceps area or anywhere where the muscles are tighter or the fascia is tighter. And then, like I said, you can wash it off after 20 minutes if it's bothersome. Now, the other way you can get it is in a powder form, or sorry, flakes form. So these are magnesium bath flakes. It was a hot seller when I had an office. I know it seems a little pricey, but using half of that per bath. And the trick is to be in the bath 20 minutes or so and have warm water. I mean, not so cold that you're shivering, but not so hot that it's going to actually block the absorption. Now, some people will say, what's the difference between Epsom salts, which is magnesium sulfate, and this ancient minerals, magnesium chloride bath flakes? Well, the magnesium sulfate, Epsom salts that you get at the regular grocery store, depending on how they get it, may have toxins, unfortunately. Now, the benefits of magnesium sulfate is that some children that have some sulfur deficiencies based on what's going on, maybe they are diagnosed with autism, things like that, may actually benefit more from the magnesium sulfate than the chloride. Although the number of autistic children that I've ever treated in the past is very small, but this is what we hear from other practitioners. So magnesium sulfate does not go through the skin. In other words, Epsom salt does not penetrate through the skin as much. So if you are, where most people are, magnesium deficient, you definitely want to supplement that with either magnesium chloride in the bath or spray or orally. So I put some links as well for oral magnesium. Just a little bit about oral magnesium. There are some different types of magnesium orally. I just want to go over that really, really quickly. The cheapest magnesium is magnesium oxide. Like I said, it doesn't go into the body as well. Then there are other magnesium supplements that are more expensive called chelates. So you might hear magnesium glycinate, bisglycinate, gluconate, aspartate, or magnesium chelate and there's more. Those tend to be absorbed better. And then magnesium threonate, I wanted to mention, is really, really good for the brain. And magnesium malate, we talked about, good particularly for the muscles. So those are more oral, and you can supplement with the topical and the oral, if you will. So we've got just a summary. You can put the magnesium oil in a spray bottle. I prefer the Zechstein seabed magnesium because we know it's pure, and spray under the arms. 1 to 3 sprays under each arm, avoiding the sensitive areas, avoiding the underarm. If you've just, shaved, if you're a woman, you can use magnesium chloride bath salts. I use about half of this per bath. But again, if you muscle test, you can muscle test how much. Maybe you need a whole one. If you use too hot water, it doesn't work as well. So don't to put it warm, sit in there about 20 minutes, and then you can finish your bath. Then you just don't want it to be too hot, so it may not absorb. If you are here live with me, go ahead and put any questions in the chat button. Those will be immortalized on YouTube and other places where we are streaming to right now. And I hope this is really helpful. Let me go ahead and share a couple of things as people are doing that. I'm going to share my screen again. Here we go. And I'm just going to show you, this is the Ancient Minerals site. It's ancient-minerals.com. And this is the magnesium oil that I recommend. I mentioned that there are other versions of that one has MSM in it, which may be helpful for pain. Now, I used to have patients that were like, "Hey, it's magnesium chloride in water. It's so pure. Why can't I drink it orally?" And it's like, there's no reason why you can't drink it orally. It just tastes really gross. Like, but I had some patients that like swore by it. They're like, it's great. Now, if you get diarrhea, which is always a possibility, especially with oral magnesium, and even topical, just back off on the dose a little bit. Let your body get used to it, and then you can increase the dose back up if you would like to. So they also have magnesium lotion for people that are a little bit more sensitive that can't take as big a dose of the magnesium oil. The magnesium ultra is the one with MSM. So some people benefit from MSM. They also have an MSM version for the bath flakes as well as the regular. There's also a gel version of that. They have a foot bath kit now, which is I never had this, when I was in the office. And then again, the plain spray. So there's one with some melatonin as well, which we didn't sell that often, but some people like the idea of putting it through the skin. Let me also show you, there's a link in the description of the video that I have an account on FullScript, and there was a discount for my clients, patients, people that are interested in getting it. They more or less ship to America, I believe. So this is just a rundown of different kinds of magnesium that may be helpful. So don't buy everything, right? Just pick the ones that you feel are right for you. So they have their own Zextine magnesium oil, not the Ancient Minerals brand, excuse me. I can tell I talk a lot. Magnesium gel. And then we talked about some of the other oral stuff here. So if you're interested in that, there is a link, KarenCan.com/magnesium to get to this secret site. Like I said, just add to your cart whatever resonates with you, whatever feels like it's right for you. So, all right. So what happens when it's itchy? Yeah, it's just, that salt on the skin can be itchy for some people. So after 20 minutes, you can, just wash it off. The extra, it's usually gone through your skin. Or like I said, just dilute it with a little bit of water on your skin so it's less itchy. And usually the more itchy it is when you first start magnesium, the more deficient you are in general. Lana says, I love your hair. Well, thank you so much. I got it caught a few days ago. Let's see if there's any other questions. I don't think so. Okay, great. Well, if you are watching this on YouTube and you haven't subscribed to my channel, definitely hit the subscription button and also the notification bell. So every time I do a new video, you will get immediately notified. And please comment as well below if you have your favorite magnesium that you use, if you have a before and after of using magnesium topically versus before. I'd love to hear that story as well, and then what your favorite brand is of topical magnesium. So thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Healthy Habits, Healthy Life. And I look forward to next week's episode. Now, I'm also streaming this, by the way, to my phototherapy support groups. And the reason is because magnesium happens to be very, very important in the body, so much so that the phototherapy patches work much better when you have enough magnesium in your body. So these are some suggestions for maximizing and optimizing the efficacy of the phototherapy patches. All right, until next time, see you later. Bye for now.